Yo, this is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I've got plenty of news to catch up on today. We've got to do a follow-up to 2 stories before we do the main story. First off, we've got Dutchavelli's case. Dutchavelli apparently has been caught by the police after 1 day. I'm assuming he handed himself in. He was wanted for breach of probation services and also attending a Black Lives Matter protest. His sister, Stefflon Don, spoke out online and spoke about this, so go and watch out my last video on this to find out. And also rest in peace to Fox as well, every time. His Change.org petition has started already. 7,500 people have signed it, where it's on about stopping probation services recalling black men for protesting about Black Lives Matters. It's opened by Diana Jacobs, and the petition is for Sadiq Khan, the Mayor of London, and 14 other members of Parliament. It says the right to protest in the UK. We have the right to come together with others and peacefully express our views. Everyone has the right to associate with others and come together for a common purpose. How democratically we are able to hold the powerful to account. Public authorities like the police force have to act in a way that does not breach our rights. The Human Rights Act states that everyone has the right for freedom of expression, and this right shall include freedom to hold opinions and to receive and impart information and ideas about interference by public authorities regardless of frontiers. The Black Lives Matter movement started to fight for freedom, liberation and justice for black people everywhere, and is now a global movement. The aim for this movement is to combat racism and injustices, and that takes place worldwide because of race. Black boys are proportionately more likely to be jailed than their white counterparts for the same crime. Currently, several young black males have been previously imprisoned or are being threatened with recall due to affiliations with the Black Lives Matter movement. Everyone deserves freedom of speech, and their voice should be heard, not hushed. Help us to stop the probation service abusing their power and forcing silence, and sign the petition for Dutchavelli. And I have literally just signed this petition and also donated the small amount of £20 towards advertising, which if we all just donated £1, a couple of quid, it could help towards getting this petition to where it needs to go. So I wish him all the best with that news, and I'll definitely keep you updated on that story. In an update to the shooting in Barking, you may have remembered the video that was going around online. A lot of blog sites like to share the violence, but they won't actually do the context to the story. I will never show any brutal violence. If somebody dies, I won't show that video, and it's not about that. It's about discussing what really happened. And in this shooting, there's been an arrest and a charge also for possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life. A woman aged 26 called Rochelle McLaughlin from Norfolk in Middlesex was charged on Monday the 15th of June for possession of a firearm with intent. She was remanded in custody at Barkingside Magistrates Court on Tuesday the 16th of June. The charges followed the shooting on the 4th of June in Wilmington Gardens, where officers located 2 injured men. One suffered a gunshot wound and the other had life-threatening injuries. A 24-year-old man remains in critical condition, and the second victim's injuries were not life-threatening. The investigation is led by Trident, so that would insinuate that they believe it is a gang connection. This could mean 2 things basically. Either the woman was actually, they believe she may have been involved in the shooting, she may have been present, or she was given the gun and she was holding the gun, which is a very common thing to happen. But if anything else does come out on that story, I'll definitely give you an update on that. With the main story of this video, it's Birmingham. We're back in Birmingham. I've been back on the scene of a lot of shootings in the West Midlands in the past few weeks after we're coming out of lockdown, and the last one was in Albury, where a 20-year-old was shot in the leg. This latest conviction, they've been jailed now, but 2 men from Birmingham have been jailed for drug and gun offences after the police found videos of them boasting in a stolen car with a shotgun. Husam, Yafai and Worum Gatkouth were arrested on the 12th of January last year after a Volkswagen Golf was stolen the previous night on Wheelers Lane in King's Heath in the South Birmingham area. The Volkswagen was spotted on Exeter Street in the city centre, and officers moved in to block the car. To be in town doing anything suspicious nowadays is a very bad idea. A lot of people get arrested in town, and it's usually around Exeter Street, to be honest. Gatkouth was sitting in the driver's seat and ran into a nearby shop shop and ditched his jacket. He was quickly arrested and the jacket was recovered. The fob for the stolen car was in the pocket. Yafai was sat in the back of the car, and during a police search, officers discovered cannabis, a balaclava and gloves, as well as a loaded sawn-off shotgun in the footwell. The gun was in the same bag and was seen in the video that Yafai had posted on Snapchat hours earlier with the caption, "Straps out, no gloves, ain't no time to be careful." Gatkouth, 21, had heroin and cocaine on him. He later claimed he was being forced to drive the stolen car, despite video recovered from his mobile phone showing him rapping he was driving around the city centre. Gatkouth from Northfield pleaded guilty to possession with intent to supply, driving while disqualified and common assault, and was yesterday jailed for 4 years at Birmingham Crown Court. Yafai from Birmingham also was jailed for possession of a firearm and sentenced to 5 years. So it seems quite quickly that his friend actually turned on him in regard to saying he was forced to drive the car. That's quite, being as there was both voluntarily in this car together. So I hope both of these men sort their lives out when they come out of prison and see that riding around in town with shotguns in the car is not a very good thing. And definitely posting on social media anything illegal is definitely the worst thing you can do. So I hope any youngers watching this, please take note from this, and anyone thinking of doing anything like this today, please take lesson from this video, because you will learn that you will just go to prison for something like that very quickly. So I appreciate you joining me today. Please go and sign that petition for Dutchavelli. I'll leave a link in the description. And please don't forget to come back later and I'll be back with some more news. Peace.